We are live. We are direct. She leads, she sells with Morrighan Lynne, who is a coach who helps women to step into their intuition, to take that next pivot in life, to break through that next income ceiling. She is the spiritual guide and the founder of Her Sovereign Way. From Texas originally, now residing in Georgia, helping women to navigate and to not just survive, but to thrive in the new terrains of AI and the doom and gloom. She brings the light. She leads, she sells. Morrighan Lynne, please welcome you. We welcome you.
Thank you so much. What a beautiful introduction. I'm so happy to be here.
Amazing. Who do you
Yeah.
serve? Like, who do you love to serve? Like
Ah,
with me, I love to serve experts who have a proven offer. You know, I think I can help them more, but yeah, yourself?
yeah. Yeah. I help. Man. So what really pulls my heart is I serve the invisible woman.
Wow.
The one that is carrying the load for her family, for her business,
Mm-hmm.
the one that is expected to do all things for all people, and then she is slowly getting crushed under the weight of that responsibility. And so I help women realize that some of it is not theirs, how to have those boundaries, how to offload some of that pressure to feel whole and complete within themselves so that they can step into their life and focus on their own dreams.
Listen,
Mm,
tell me some example of results, like before and after. Before they work with Morrigan, after, like, give me some examples of
yeah.
result.
Yeah, typically women come to me questioning, I mean, the base of what their issues are is they're questioning their value. Everything in our society is inundating women with messages that our value is based on everyone else's happiness. And so when women come to me, they don't think they have any space to exist. They feel broken, they feel lost. And over time, they just remember. They remember their value, they remember their voice, they remember that they have something to offer this world that is uniquely their own. So, yeah, we like to get those results, baby.
That is what I'm talking about, baby. All behave, Morrigan, all behave.
Do this. Let's go.
That's it. Men lie, women lie, energy doesn't lie, my sister.
Nope. Nope. I can see that coming around the corner. So yeah, it's a really beautiful intimate process. It all depends on the woman. She's coming in with her own trauma, with her own stories, and so that's uniquely unto each woman. I look at everyone like they're their own puzzle box, and it's my job to figure out their specific combination to help them open and remember who they are. So yeah, that's how I approach it.
Sales. This is she leads, she sells. What does sales mean to you and how do you sell?
Sales to me means service. It means I have something that maybe hides in women's blind spots that they can't quite see. I have the skill set to be able to see the things that are hidden from them. And so it's my honor to be able to provide that service to them, to be able to offer that to them to where they can get moving down that path.
Amazing. And in terms of visibility, how do you get visible? Because part of sales is, hey, being confident and having the certainty and conviction that it's your time to really show up. So how do you get visible in terms of with your people?
Yeah, so I'm a speaker, so I get out in the world and make sure people hear my voice loud and clear. I am an author. I
Wow.
also have my own women's group and my women's platform that we work in. And honestly, anybody that's willing to listen to me, I've got a few things to say. So I am not shying away from the spotlight, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would you say we just literally today just entered quarter two? Um, what sort of impact do you wanna make in quarter two, quarter three, quarter four? What's on the cards for you?
Yeah, so when I feel that let me just settle into that for a moment because that feels so juicy. Yeah, my passion is really starting to focus on my women's membership. We just
Okay.
launched, it's new. So we have our
Okay.
founders meetings and we have our founders group, but it's starting to take on a life of its own. And so being able to bring women into that space, the whole intention of Her Sovereign Way is to have a woman be able to drop the masks, to be able to show up as herself. Nobody to fix, nobody to heal, nobody to rescue. She just gets to be there for herself. And so my big push for this next year is memberships and deepening that process.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you're an author. Tell us a little bit about the book that is it one book or yeah, tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I authored a book in 2018. I'm a co-author with a few compilation books, but
Oh,
that's my
lovely.
book. And when I speak of, it's The Spirited Human: Proactive Tools for a Reactive World.
Hmm.
Essentially, being a coach, I started noticing patterns in people that even though we have our own unique expressions of our own lives, everybody needs the same work. Everyone has a chakra system. We're all energy. We need to ground, we need to center, all of those beautiful practices. And so I created a book for that specific thing in mind, where it systematically just goes through all of the checkpoints of what makes a human an aligned human, an action oriented human. And yeah, I wanted everybody to have almost a toolkit to be able to walk through life with.
Okay. What are you reading now in terms of what I'd be really leaning into is psycho cybernetics, really looking at the power of self-image because often I meet people who they say, hey, look, I'm a transformational coach. I am a mindset coach, but that's not the self-image. And we know the self-image is the subconscious. That's the 90% that runs, so whatever we consciously say that we want, we might want it, but we don't really believe it, we haven't embodied it. So the self-image has been a powerful one. How about for yourself, uh, Morrigan? Yeah.
Well, since you asked, I'll be really honest. I am currently reading White Tears, Brown Scars, which
Hmm.
is about white spirituality,
Hmm.
white supremacy,
Hmm.
and then breaking down those barriers between white and women of color. And so,
Oh, wow.
yeah, I'm on an anti racist journey in that moment.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Any golden nuggets from that book?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so deep. It's so uncomfortable and it's so important. And so I'm walking away. I'm still kind of in the middle of digesting it, but walking away with systemically how we are programmed as white people to be racist, even
Hmm.
if you don't think you're racist. Like I would never call myself that until I read this book. And then I see how I was raised to be in this white supremacy. And so yeah, breaking all of that down is so uncomfortable and so nutritional. So I'm really grateful for it.
Oh, it's an interesting take. I mean, I've been pondering recently in terms of how the system is maybe designed so women don't necessarily feel, part of things. Like where often it's seeming like when women are harmed, men try and cover up for each other, and that's seen even in terms of the whole business system. It's very much been designed for men, like sales and the push, and so that's what sort of kind of inspired me with my whiteboard methodology to help people to sell in a different way.
I like
I think
that.
that
Yeah, I
makes
can
sense.
see that. I can see that being a very patriarchal, masculine system. And white women in general, we value our proximity to patriarchy because in the past, in colonial times, it kept us safe. And I see a lot of breakdown in business and sales and the way we navigate our businesses now is that we are instinctively wanting to come back to more of a feminine way, more of a receiving as opposed to an aggressive masculine push kind of methodology. So I do kind of see that that shift happening in humanity where we've worked really, really hard and we're really, really tired and we're wanting something new. And so there's a lot of breakdown in our world right now around these systems that have been upheld by patriarchy.
Yeah, I really love how deep you are going, and you're moving, you're shaking, you're understanding, and it's that sort of depth that makes you a world-class coach, because we can't take people somewhere that we haven't been.
Right. We teach what we know. And I know I'm a divine disruptor. I'm here to disrupt. I'm here to break up patterns. I'm here to call out the bullshit. And that's a lot of the work that I do with people.
What? Wow,
Yeah.
profound.
You didn't know what you were walking in on, did ya?
You know, this is why I said, hey, that client of yours, like, just beg her, hey, look, please, please, let's, in a sense, because I didn't want
Yeah.
to miss out on this.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
No worries. What's your block? Like, when you want to make a big move, when you want to collapse time, when
Mm,
you want to step into that new paradigm, what's that voice in your head? You know, Morrigan, you can't do this because.
yeah. Oh, thank you so much for that question. I love playing in my shadow. So my core wound speaks to me in such a way that I'm worthless. And so when I'm wanting to level up, it starts whispering and it goes, they're not going to get it. They're not going to understand you. You're too weird. You're not good enough. You shouldn't be that expert in the room. And so I know that voice intimately. I know that voice. And so yeah, that's the thing that used to stop me. Doesn't stop
Okay,
me anymore, but yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What do women need experts? Like, what are you finding? What are the top two things that you're finding women experts that want to become more visible? What are they really wanting and needing?
If I were to encapsulate it in one answer, I really feel the core issue is value.
Mm,
Women don't quite believe in their innate value. They are constantly trying to prove they deserve value. And so that mathematical equation is what's keeping them stuck in a pattern of burnout because we can't stop, we can't pause, we can't rest, all the guilt, all the shame, because you have to keep pushing. Again, back to that patriarchal having to always be in worker mode. And so women, and this is very general, but it is a collective answer. We're trying to prove our value, but that value is already innate. And so then it just ends up being this empty space that we're trying to fill up that never fills up.
wow, profound answer there. How do you want to be remembered?
That's such a fascinating question. I'm sitting with that. The first thing that comes is that that I care. Like that feels very emotional right there. That empathy that I see women, I see them. I see the patterns, I see the wounds, I see the programming, but I see the beauty and the magic. And I want to be remembered as I care about that. I care about your magic. I care. So that feels very honest and pure right there for me.
Amazing. And that can't be faked in terms of the care, can it? We could create AI generated images, we can fake with the content, but I
Yeah.
think that heart to heart, the human to
Mm.
human, there's B to C, B to B, but it's the H to H that's really missing.
Yeah.
And I
Our
think when we tap
connection is
into H to
missing.
H,
Yeah, that
you
connection
know,
gets to be there no matter what. That's actually the AI can never fill that. AI can never be that. And so yeah, as we move more into this technological age, I think that we're going to be hungry for that connection. We're going to be starving for human to human. Yeah.
amazing. Let them know who you are looking to connect with, and how they can get in contact with you.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, I work with women that are feeling stuck, that want the next level, and they're not quite sure how to get that. Maybe they're feeling bogged down in their patterns and overwhelmed with all the responsibilities. So women that are intuitive, empathic, whether they're professional or family oriented, that, I work with women across the board. And probably the best way to get in touch with me is through my website, morrighanlynne.com. Easy peasy. I'm available through that space, and yeah, come play with me.
Amazing. Wow. What an impactful episode. Really poignant. Really touched my heart today, Morrighan. I really want to
Oh,
appreciate you.
I'm so glad, honey. That's so great. I appreciate you. I appreciate meeting you, and thanks for having me on. I loved it.
There we go. One of the best episodes. She leads, she sells, Morrighan Lynne. Namaste, sister. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Let's go. Morrighan Lynne in the building.